Blake Lively developed some feelings for for Justin Baldoni. Ryan Reynolds is now abusing his wife. That's scary. That's narcissism.
The painful realization that your spouse has been infatuated with someone else can be a devastating blow. And for Ryan Reynolds, this must be an especially stinging revelation. However, it's crucial to consider whether Ryan should also take a moment to reflect on his own actions and motivations. Is Blake Lively merely a facade for him? A way to project an ideal family image while he grapples with his own identity?
He's basically saying, I will burn down my entire house. I will burn down your career.
While Blake certainly has her own set of issues, it's hardly surprising that a woman in a strained marriage might not be living her best life. Their public displays of affection, often laced with humor and playful banter, may mask deeper problems. Issues that go far beyond mundane disagreements over household chores. What we are witnessing is essentially a ticking time bomb, a countdown on Ryan Reynolds' ego.
Is Blake Lively a beard? Like, is she there just to produce kids and to give him that family image?
Imagine the weight of living with a man who might be wrestling with his own sexuality. This could explain why, after 8 years of marriage, Blake Lively's relationship with Justin Baldoni evolved into something more than just a professional collaboration.
They're constantly making gay jokes, trying to kiss each other on camera.
During the filming of It Ends With Us, Blake developed a genuine emotional connection with Justin, suggesting that her feelings transcended the boundaries of their roles. This emotional bond, which blossomed in the context of their work, raises questions about the nature of her marriage to Ryan and the emotional void she may have been experiencing. This isn't the first time Blake has found herself emotionally entangled with a co-star.
What we are observing is essentially a ticking time bomb, a timer on Ryan Reynolds' ego.
She had a similar connection with Penn Badgley during Gossip Girl. Initially, this emotional affair wasn't widely discussed, but it quickly became a significant point of contention once it was revealed. What seemed like another Hollywood romance turned out to be far more complicated, layered with betrayal, insecurity, and a messy legal battle that has captivated public attention.
Blake Lively has nothing to do with what is happening. Her husband has come undone. Blake Lively developed some feelings for Justin Baldoni.
Actors often find themselves falling for their co-stars, and there is little doubt that Blake developed real feelings for Justin Baldoni. The documentary, He Said, She Said, Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni, highlights how their friendship felt genuine before Blake accused him of sexual harassment.
Has happened to her. She has, been in love with Penn Badgley from, Gossip Girl, then she got with Ryan Reynolds.
A claim he denies, asserting it's about civil extortion and defamation. Those who have closely followed the case suggest that what really transpired was an emotional affair, one that complicates the narrative surrounding Blake's actions and motivations.
All these people, they're on set, and their job is to sell that they're falling in love. And a lot of times, as we see with actors and actresses, it actually happens. And there's no question in my mind that Blake Lively caught real feelings for Justin Baldoni.
This situation is not merely a trivial celebrity feud. The reality is much darker and more complex. Blake wasn't simply a victim of harassment. She was a woman who developed real feelings for her co-star, which surprised both Baldoni and Reynolds. The lawsuit that followed, filled with legal wrangling, is in many ways a reaction to this emotional connection.
And wait, if you think I'm just making this up on my own, think again. In the documentary, He Said, She Said, Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni, which aired on Monday, Mia Schachter straight up pointed out that the former co-workers had what felt like a friendship before Blake accused him of sexual harassment, which, of course, he denies.
An affair that spiraled into something far messier than anyone could have anticipated. The emotional fallout from this situation has implications not just for the individuals involved, but also for the public perception of their relationships.
He claims civil extortion, defamation, and that all of this really is about her wanting to have control of the movie.
Ryan's reaction to Blake's emotional attachment to Baldoni seems to stem from a need to protect his carefully crafted image of a perfect family.
This isn't just a fluffy celebrity feud. The actual story is, I think, a lot darker and a lot more complex than that.
This emotional connection, innocent as it may have been for Blake, felt like a betrayal to Ryan, leading him to respond in a way that many would consider excessive. It appears he's using litigation as a means of inflicting pain and punishment, trying to regain control after realizing that Blake had developed feelings for someone else. This response raises questions about the nature of their relationship and the dynamics of power and control that may be at play.
The thing is why I say this is not a real lawsuit, and Ryan Reynolds knows this, is because he's got everything on camera, okay?
From the outset, Ryan's role in this drama was clear. He became the driving force behind the lawsuit. While the public focused on Blake's allegations, many insiders believed the real motivation was Ryan's ego.
He says, this whole idea is like a sexual harassment. She invited him to her penthouse and he was holding her baby. The guy that sexually you're not having him to your house and letting him hold your kid.
The way he describes their relationship, filled with laughter and joy, contrasts sharply with the reality of their situation. He couldn't handle the thought of Blake possibly falling for someone else, and this sense of ownership drove him to take extreme measures.
What is happening now, in my view, is Ryan Reynolds is now abusing his wife.
The emotional stakes in this situation are high, and the consequences of their actions are likely to reverberate for years to come. Instead of seeking justice or truth, Ryan seems more concerned with maintaining control over Blake and their public image. His actions suggest he hasn't come to terms with his own insecurities, which is troubling and indicative of narcissism. This isn't a healthy relationship. It's a situation where he's willing to risk everything, his career, his public image, and even his marriage, to maintain control over Blake.
He's using, this is like litigation abuse. He is trying to inflict pain. Again, this is my perspective, pain and punishment, because he has come undone, realizing that she had some sort of an emotional affair with Justin Baldoni.
The emotional manipulation at play raises serious questions about the health of their relationship and the motivations behind Ryan's actions. The lawsuit became a tool for Ryan to exact punishment on both Blake and Baldoni, as if erasing the emotional affair could restore the balance of power in his relationship.
The way this lawsuit describes is they were riding into the night together. She was laughing until she was crying. And again, he's got this on camera. The way that he just dropped that scene on camera. So Ryan knows that there is...
His need for control didn't stop with the legal conflict. His public persona as a loving husband masks a possessiveness that has strained their marriage. The facade of a perfect family is crumbling, revealing the complexities and challenges that lie beneath the surface.
Everything that's being claimed here is easily disputed.
The biggest loser in this situation might just be the New York Times, which seems to have been caught in the crossfire of this legal battle. Ryan's handling of the situation suggests that he's more focused on protecting his image than on seeking justice.
And the fact that Ryan is now trying to get a gag order as opposed to ending the lawsuit.
His willingness to risk everything for control over Blake speaks volumes about his insecurities. The media frenzy surrounding the case has only added to the chaos, with public opinion swaying in various directions as new details emerge.
Means that he has not yet come to terms with his ego. That's scary. That's narcissism, right? That is not a relationship you want to be in, because he's basically saying, I will burn down my entire house.
While Blake Lively is not entirely innocent in this saga, it's unfair to place all the blame on her. She may have contributed to the emotional affair, but Ryan's manipulative tactics are at the heart of this ordeal. Blake's emotional affair with Baldoni is not an isolated incident. It's part of a broader pattern in her life, where she has developed strong emotional attachments to her co-stars. This pattern raises questions about her emotional needs and the extent to which they have been met or unmet in her marriage to Ryan.
I will burn down your career, and I will burn down my career, and I will also inflict pain upon our children.
The question remains, why would an accomplished actress like Blake fall for someone like Justin Baldoni, a co-star she barely knew? Observers suggest it's tied to her history of emotional connections with men she works with. Ryan's public comments about Blake often come off as humiliating, and it raises the question of why he seems to express more affection for his male friends, like Hugh Jackman, than for his own wife.
He can't win it. This is an unwinnable lawsuit. The biggest loser in all this, by the way, is the New York Times. Like, how stupid. I mean, it must have been a phone call. They have to settle this. There's no way that he lost things. Justin Baldoni has real damages.
This disparity in emotional expression highlights the complexities of their relationship and the potential for deeper issues at play. The dynamic between Ryan and Hugh is intriguing. Their friendship has a depth that contrasts sharply with Ryan's public persona towards Blake. This raises questions about Ryan's true feelings and whether he's using his marriage to Blake as a facade to hide his internal struggles. The warmth and affection he displays towards Hugh Jackman stand in stark contrast to the more reserved and detached manner in which he speaks about Blake.
To make sure that Justin Baldoni could never work in Hollywood again, that person was Ryan Reynolds, okay?
This discrepancy invites speculation about the nature of Ryan's relationships and the emotional void that may exist in his marriage. In conclusion, Blake Lively's emotional affair with Justin Baldoni is not just about infidelity. It's a reflection of her dissatisfaction with a marriage that prioritized image over emotional intimacy. The public perception of Blake and Ryan as the perfect couple masks a more complex reality, one where Blake sought validation and understanding that she wasn't receiving at home.
And I am not a Blake Lively fan. I think this snowballed and it spiraled, and she basically just had to let her husband, whatever it was that he saw, and he finally caught on to this quote-unquote emotional affair. Again, I'm giving my opinion, having now read the documents. It sent him into a kind of rage.
The ongoing legal battle and media manipulation are not just about defending Blake's honor. They're about Ryan's desperate need to maintain control over a situation that threatens his carefully constructed image. As the layers of this narrative unfold, it becomes increasingly clear that the emotional dynamics at play are far more intricate than they appear on the surface. Blake's connection with Baldoni, while problematic, highlights a deeper longing for emotional fulfillment that was unmet in her marriage to Ryan.
Because all I care about is harming Justin Baldoni, as opposed to maybe trying to work through whatever it was in your relationship.
The public's perception of their relationship as a fairy tale is shattered by the reality of their struggles, revealing a complex interplay of love, betrayal, and the quest for identity in a world that often prioritizes image over authenticity. The implications of this situation extend beyond the individuals involved. They touch on broader themes of emotional health, the complexities of marriage, and the societal pressures that shape public personas.
There's probably fewer friends in our life that you can say anything to. The stuff you're ashamed, embarrassed, anything. He has never said this about his wife. But he can share all his secrets. It essentially looks like pillow talk to me.
As we continue to observe this unfolding drama, it serves as a reminder that behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, there are often deeply personal struggles that remain hidden from view. The emotional fallout from this saga will likely have lasting effects on all parties involved, and it raises important questions about the nature of love, loyalty, and the sacrifices we make in the name of maintaining an image.
Something's not right. They're constantly making gay jokes. I mean, standing in front of Ryan Reynolds to put his, Hugh Jackman to put his behind in his crotch. I mean, trying to kiss each other on camera. And
Ultimately, the story of Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Baldoni is a cautionary tale about the dangers of prioritizing public perception over genuine emotional connection. It underscores the importance of addressing one's own insecurities and the need for open communication in relationships. As the dust settles, it will be interesting to see how each individual navigates the aftermath of this emotional turmoil and what lessons can be learned from their experiences. The complexities of their relationships serve as a poignant reminder that love, in all its forms, is often fraught with challenges that require understanding, empathy, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths.